one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed at all, if her hair was still red. Her folks said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like my mama's homemade dress, Papa's banquet wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, the rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues, getting through, tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on a dark side night, both agreeing it was best. She turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I had a job at the Great North Woods, working for a cook for a spell, but I never did like it all that much, and one day jacks just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I happened to be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside Delacroix. But all the while I was all alone, the past was close behind. I've seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stepped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. And later on, as the crowd thinned out and I just about to do the same, she was standing there in back of my chair, said to me, "Don't I know your name?" I muttered something underneath my breath. She stuttered the lines on my face. I must admit it felt a little uneasy when she bent down to take the laces of my shoe, tangled up in blue. She lit a burn on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said you look like the silent type. And she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century, and every one of them words rang true. And I glowed like a burning coal, pouring off every page like it was written in my soul, from me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived them in Montague Street, in a basement down the stairs. There was music and cafes at night, and revolutions in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned, and I froze up inside. And when finally the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. So now I'm going back again. I got to her somehow. All the people who used to know, they're illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started, I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view, tangled up in blue.